Hello. Welcome to this week's All in the Hips class. We are going to get started today on our backs, but first, before we go there, I want you to grab a couple of blocks or even a couple of cushions will work great for what we're doing today. And as always, anything else that's going to allow you to be more comfortable. So grab eye pillow, blanket, bolster, whatever is going to allow you to get a little happier in those hips. I hope that you enjoyed today's sequence. It's again centered around strength and mobility and flexibility, and I hope you really enjoy it. So take your time, have your blocks or cushions close by, and take your feet to the top of your mats. Arms are going to reach straight ahead. You're going to take a nice big deep breath in, and then you're going to tuck your tailbone, slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. And then as you come down onto the mat, you're going to take your time and bend into your knees. And then you're going to take your feet quite a bit wider than your hips and just let the knees gently rock to the left. Feel that nice release into your right hip. And then we'll slowly on the next inhale, bring the knees back to center. And exhale, let them dip over to the right. Enjoy a breath. Noticing the left hip, and then slowly bring the knees back to center. Let the knees drop in for a breath. And then slowly walk the feet together. Grab a hold of your supports, so your blocks, your cushions, and then you're going to let your knees flop out to the side. And then you're going to be really supportive in the positioning of those blocks, so nice and close to the hips, and then just release your arms by your side. Then just notice whatever it is you notice, whether it's maybe perhaps a little imbalance between the left and the right, or maybe a little bit of resistance to allowing yourself to just fully let go and melt into the floor. Let's just start with a couple of deep breaths here. Doing your best right away to just anchor into your breath. Allowing yourself to dissolve whatever you need. Allowing yourself to come into this state of full presence and awareness. Really taking this time for you and doing your best to just release all the distractions. Allow yourself just 5 more really expansive breaths here. One more breath. And then you can slowly and gently start to just draw the feet back down to the ground as the knees come back to a hips width apart. And then you can remove one of those blocks and then take the other block lengthwise and press into your feet and gently lift your hips up. So you're going to slide that block or cushion underneath your sacrum, so it should feel really good as you relax the hips down, and then just take a breath. You're going to slowly take your time and then just lift your right leg and interlock your fingers around that right shin and rock the knee really gently. Notice where you get the best stretch, and if it's there for you, you can even relax your left leg down onto the ground. So with the block underneath the hips, it'll give the front of the left hip a really nice stretch as well, in a really passive way. Just doing your best to relax into the position. So the hands, as they draw that knee in, Feel that space as you press your shin into your hands. And just send your breath where you need. Two more here. And then on your next inhale, you can slowly bend the left knee, release the right foot down to the ground, and then just take a breath, take a pause. Just kind of notice the difference, the shift, the sensations. And then take a breath as you interlock your fingers now around the left shin. And then you can rock the knee a little bit, really pinpoint that specific spot. Settle into it, and then take your time as you release your right leg forward. And just soften through both your shoulders from here. Feel that slight bit of resistance with the shin pressing into the hands. So you're always in a state of creating space, not just focused on deepening the pose. Take two more breaths. And then on your next inhale, slowly, you can keep the the right leg there. Just take your left leg down and then extend the left leg long onto your mat. Palms slipped up to the sky. Get a nice big deep breath in. Really big breath out. One more here. Then just slowly go ahead, bend the right knee. Bend the left knee, gently press into your feet. You're gonna lift those hips up and then take your time and remove that block. So go ahead, curl over onto your side. And then from this position, you're gonna inhale here and go ahead and then just push yourself all the way up. So you're gonna come onto your hands and your knees here and take your time as you find yourself into that position. Your palms are gonna press evenly under your shoulders, knees evenly underneath the hips. So just sway your body a few times. Just kind of wiggle around a little bit. And then when you're ready, what we're gonna do is just come into a couple of cat-cow breaths, spreading the palms nice and wide. Let's inhale, open and expand the chest. Exhale, press away from the ground. Inhale, open and expand the chest. Exhale, press away. And then one more time, inhale, open and expand the chest. Exhale, press away. And then we'll inhale, find that nice neutral position within your spine. So you're going to extend your right leg straight out to the right. From that position, your heel's gonna be in line with your knee, and then you're gonna just find the tips of your fingers, and then bring your hands to your hips. So your right heel's in line with the left knee, toes are facing forward, and your right arm is gonna slide down your right leg, and then we'll inhale, reach that left arm all the way up. And then just breathing deeply here. Pressing into the top of your left foot and really lifting out of the waist. Sliding a little bit deeper with that right hand if it agrees with you, feeling that nice, big, beautiful stretch through the left side of your body. Make sure that your left shoulder is sliding down your back. We'll take just two more deep breaths here. And one more like this. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and slowly bring the arm back to the sky. So you're gonna bring your hands down to the ground. Just find a nice light grip of your fingertips. Lean the weight forward, tuck your left toes under, and then exhale, just let the weight shift back. Let your head be heavy, and then breathe deeply here. Gluing the outer edge of your right foot, breathing to that right inner thigh and hip. And breathing into the bottom of that left foot. Let's take 3 more big breaths here. And where can you soften? One more breath. And then on your next inhale, we'll slowly take your time and then come forward. So plant the palms, untuck your right toes. We're gonna walk that right foot and just walk it to the outer edge of your right hand. So you want the weight lunging forward, and then all we're gonna do is lean to the right, slowly circle back. You can lift your right toes and then bring them back down as you finish that circle. So there's no right or wrong way to move here. You're just kind of moving with what feels good with, the current state that your hips are in. And then let's go, as we come to the top, we'll start to go the other direction. And just notice how that feels. Just 2 more. And then on your next inhale, let's slowly just lengthen the heart forward. Take another breath here. And then we'll slowly shift the weight back, slide that right knee back. So you can come back to that tabletop position with your hands under your shoulders. And as you wiggle around, just kind of notice okay, how that feels with the right compared to the left. It's amazing what just a couple of minutes of love for those hips can do. So on your next inhale, take your left leg out to the side. Toes will face forward, heel will line up with your right knee. Let's find the tips of your fingers, inhale here, and then bringing your hands to your hips. So we're gonna inhale here, left hand slides down the left leg, right arm's gonna reach up to the sky. Draw your right shoulder down your back. If it feels okay, you're gonna look up towards your right fingertips. And then just breathing deeply here. Really feel that anchoring of the top of the right foot. Press and feel that expansive quality that comes along with actively grounding down. This again is that conscious creation of space. One more breath. And then on your next inhale, we'll slowly come all the way up. Bringing those fingertips now, you want them in front of the shoulders. So tuck your right toes under, and then as you exhale, we'll just shift the weight back. So be easy and breathe easy through this. As you feel that lengthening through the left side of your body, draw that left hip down, and then open the right side of your body up a little bit more. Big breath. One more here. And then on your next inhale, you're gonna slowly shift the weight forward. And then from that position, you'll just bend into that left knee, planting those palms flat. You're gonna walk your left foot forward till it reaches the outer edge of your left hand. So now go ahead and we'll just circle around through those hips. As you create those circles, just kind of noticing. And again, you can bring it so that the left toes lift if that feels better. There's no right or wrong way here, okay? Only wrong way is if you're holding the breath, okay? So go the other direction. 2 more. And 1 more like this. And then on your next inhale, press through your palms, and then we'll slowly step that left leg back, and then walking those hands 1 more time under the shoulders. Inhale, opening and expanding the chest. Exhale, rounding through that spine. And then as you inhale, come to neutral, and then just wiggle around 1 more time. And again, just get a little curious, like, maybe I still have an imbalance between the left and the right. I'm willing to bet you do. We always tend to. And then when you're ready, what you're gonna do is just walk your hands forward a little bit. tuck the toes underneath. You're just gonna lift the hips up and walk your hands forward until they come to the top of the mat. So feet are gonna be hip width apart, and you're just gonna wiggle out those hips a little bit, press them side to side. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna just roll ourselves all the way up with the feet planting evenly on the mat. So you're gonna inhale, arms are gonna reach up to the sky, and then you're gonna sink down into your chair pose. Now, I don't want you to focus on the depth of how deep you're going. What I want you to do is push away from the mat, so you're really lengthening and creating space. So we're gonna take a nice big deep breath in from here. Take a bigger breath out as you exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And then you're gonna inhale, shift the weight into the left foot, swing the arms back, exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale, bend back down into that chair. And exhale, lifting that left knee up. Inhale, bending back down into that chair. So the idea is we keep the hips nice and level, building strength and stability through that supporting leg as we lift up. Inhale here, 4 more. Exhale, lifting tall, squeezing through that left hip. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, lift. Keeping that chest tall. Inhale here. Left leg lifts. Now one more time. Inhale here. You're gonna peel that right leg up, pausing here. Now from this position, you're gonna bring your hands to your hips, and you're just gonna slowly circle that right leg, pausing at the top. Now, as you work into getting that mobility through your right hip, we're naturally balancing and creating stability through that left side. So let's do 2 more this way. Please make sure that you're breathing. And 1 more here. Then we're gonna pause and go the other direction. So as you're working into this, what I want you to make sure of is that you're anchoring into your breath and you're maintaining that stability through the 4 corners of your left foot. Let's do 1 more this direction. And then once again, let's inhale, bend into the knees, find that chair. Exhale, pull that left leg up. Inhale, bend into the knees, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, bend the knees. Shoulders stay down your back. So really feel that action of hugging into the midline. Inhale here. Right leg lifts. Inhale, chair. Almost there. We're gonna do 1 more full round. Inhale here. Right leg lifts. And inhale here. Now holding this one as we exhale, peel that left leg up, shoulders down your back. And then you're gonna bring your hands to your hips for a little spatial awareness and start to circle that left leg. Pause at the top. So the idea is that we isolate that movement and mobility through the hip so nothing else moves within this. Ideally, of course. 1 more breath. And then go the other way. Keeping that focus and concentration. And using your breath to find and create a sense of fluidity with it. 1 more. And then on your next inhale, we'll slowly find our way back into that chair pose, sinking a little bit deeper here for 3. For 2. 1 more breath. And then slowly come all the way up. Really good. So you're gonna lift your right heel, step your right foot back, and then we're gonna turn to face the right toes to the back. And then from there, you're gonna widen your stance a little bit here. So from that position, you're gonna just bend and stretch that right leg a couple of times. As you do it, I want you to go to the depth of where you can keep that anchoring through the left heel, and as well as the same stability that we just created in that position. So you're gonna open those arms up, in that chair position, I should say, in that balance. So open the chest, arms are gonna reach, and you're gonna sink deeply into that lunge while resisting and lifting out of the waist. Breathe deeply here. And as you feel the hips open and the legs strengthening, can you soften a little bit? Let's take one more breath. And then you're just gonna take your left hand to the back of the left leg, flip your right arm up, and then you're gonna reach from here. Keeping that shoulder down your back. Noticing if you've started to favor the inner edge of your right foot, push into the outer edge. Feel that action of the hip. Keep that knee stacked. And then maybe we sink just a little bit deeper. Take one more breath. And then inhale here, coming back to our warrior two. Arms parallel to the floor, opening and creating that steady state with your breath. One more here. All right, and then inhale slowly, straighten through that right leg. Hands can come to the hips. So we'll pivot the right toes inward, and then we're gonna open those left toes towards the front wall now. Bend and stretch that left leg a few times. As you do it, you're just doing that to find that right amount of space between your feet. So we're really strong and powerful in the legs, but opening to the appropriate depth of the hips. Arms are gonna open up. So shoulders down your back. As you sink into that left leg, I want you to do it in a way where you're lifting out of the waist. And then we breathe. So it's really about creating that steady state where it's not just about depth, because that would kind of look like this. It's about lifting and creating that stability and strength. Now, can you sink a little bit more as you lift out of the waist? And then on your next inhale, you're gonna flip that left hand, reach that left arm up as the right hand slides down the back of the right leg. Sliding a little bit deeper as you push that left knee wide, hugging the rib cage in. And we breathe here. For 3, 2, one more breath. And then on your next inhale, slowly taking your time, bring those arms back to that parallel position. Inhale here. Now get that action of squeezing, pressing into your feet, and then feeling the muscles of your legs, your hips all hug in. Take one more deep breath. And then slowly straighten through that left leg. Bring your hands to your hips, and then what you're gonna do, you're gonna pivot your left toes in slightly, and then you're gonna open your right toes out. So now we're in that external rotation with both the legs. We're gonna sink down into those hips, pushing those knees out wide, and then slowly come up. So we're gonna do that just a couple of times. And what I want you to do is, again, focus on pressing into your feet in a way where you can engage into your core and lift out of that. Good. 2 more breaths. That's it. One more, and then I'm gonna get you to sink as low as you can without sinking into those hips. So tucking your tailbone slightly, we're gonna inhale here. Arms are gonna reach out and then up to the sky. Exhale, bringing your hands to your heart. Now we're just gonna pause as we press into the palms, shoulders down your back. Hugging those ribs in, pushing those knees wide. Now sink just a little bit deeper, but at the same time, lengthen your spine. Breathe here. Just let yourself breathe as you sink a little bit deeper. Push those knees out wide. And give yourself one more breath, okay? Sink a little more. Soften those lips, and then slowly take your time and come all the way back up. Good. Shake that out a little bit. You're going to pivot your toes inward. Inhale here, hands to the hips. Lift the gaze. Soft gaze up as you exhale, soft bend into the knees. You're going to fold forward. Now bringing your hands down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Now start to walk your hands in between your feet. Inhale here. One more time, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, bending into those elbows as you tuck your chin towards your chest. Now press your feet as you engage your thighs. Push down into the ground and lengthen a little bit more. You have 3 more breaths. Where else can you create a little bit more length? Use that foundation pushing into the floor. And just allow yourself to take 1 more breath here. Soft bend into the knees. We're going to inhale, slowly lengthen the heart forward. Bring one hand to your hip, followed by the next. We're going to inhale here, lengthen and lift all the way back up. Now from this position, we're going to slowly take your time, walk your feet to a hips width apart. So now shake up the hips a little bit. Always nice to get a little bit of release. And then your feet are going to come hips width apart. So you're going to pop your right heel up nice and high. We're going to open that right leg out to the right. And then you're going to slide the toes maybe up to the inner shin, or maybe we actually reach down and lift all the way up. But you're going to push your right foot in a way that opens that hip. So just like we did in Warrior and Goddess, bring one hand to your heart and then followed by the next. You're going to press into your palms, open and expand into the chest, and then really hug the ribs in. Breathe deeply here. Now on your next inhale, as you continue to press into your feet, start to reach the arms up towards the sky, and then open those arms up. Shoulders are going to melt down your back, and then you're going to just trust yourself to start to look up to the sky. And then in those moments of wobbles, we just anchor into that breath. Where can you soften? Continuously grounding down as you rise up. One more breath. And then you're going to slowly take your time, bring your hands back to your heart, and then slowly release with the strength of that hip. Try to release that right knee straight forward, and then we'll slowly release. Really good. So again, wiggle, 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 shake it up. And then from here, you're going to pop your left heel up nice and high now. You can start with your hands at your hips. That's nice because we tend to stick the hip out. So you're going to pop that heel high, feel the balance within your 2 hips, and then open your left leg, and then slide the sole of the left foot up. And then you can go above the knee, just make sure it's above or below, and then you're going to ground in with your left, ground down with your right, and then bring your hands to your heart. And then from the connection of your hands, can you lift a little taller? But I want you to really connect with that midline. So ribs hugging in, belly button to spine, and then you're gonna slowly start to reach those arms up. Open the arms, let the shoulders slide down your back, and then you're gonna just shift your gaze to look up to the sky. Breathe here. Good, allowing yourself just another deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to bring our hands back to our heart, slowly releasing that left knee. Bring it forward as you anchor through the right leg, and then slowly release. Really good. So shake that out. We're going to take our time from this position, come into one more round. So your right heel is going to pop up high. You're going to bring your hands to your heart this time. to start. And inhale here, lifting that right leg, reach down, grab the top of the foot if you're coming to that above the knee position, I should say. And then what I want you to do on this round is interlock the fingers, press the palms down, and then inhale here, reach those arms up towards the sky. Let the shoulders soften down your back, and then I want you to look up. So now you're literally feeling this action of pushing up, grounding down. And then I want you to see if you could spread your left toes wide. Would it be possible for you to just get a little lighter onto that left heel and then possibly even lift the left heel up off the floor? Totally fine if you fall out of the pose. That is the point. As you breathe, lift up a little bit more. Good, one more deep breath. And then slowly take your time, bring your hands to your heart, lift your right leg back in front. This time we're gonna extend that right leg forward as you lift high, cross that right foot over the left. Inhale here, arms are gonna reach up to the sky. Exhale, you're gonna fold forward, and then we're just gonna take a couple of breaths here. Let your head be totally heavy. One more breath. Soften just a bit more. And then we're gonna inhale, soften into the knees, roll ourselves all the way up. Arms are gonna reach up to the sky, taking a nice big breath in here. Exhale, shift the weight into that left foot as you lift your right leg back up. And then we'll release. Really good. So shake it out. We have one more balance, and then we're gonna move down to the ground. So spread your right toes wide, lift your left heel high. Hands start at the heart. We'll lift that left leg, open the knee, and then you find your version of tree. So now you're gonna interlock the opposite way. So opposite thumb forward, press the palms down, and then inhale, arms are gonna reach up towards the sky. Now keep grounding in with that left foot, and then from this position, you're gonna pop that right heel high. And then looking up, if you aren't already. And again, this is supposed to be wobbly, okay? So really be easy on yourself as those inevitable wobbles come up. One more deep breath. And then slowly take your time, drop the heel, hands to your heart, and then you're gonna lift that left leg, pause here. Kick that left leg straight forward as you anchor through your right, and then slowly cross over. Inhale here, arms are gonna reach up to the sky, and then exhale, you're gonna fold forward, letting that head get heavy and calming down your breath. Inhale. Just relax a little more as you exhale. And as you allow your spine to get really drippy, you should feel a little bit of a deeper stretch through your hips. One more here. And then soft bend into the knees. We're gonna inhale, roll ourselves all the way up. Arms are gonna reach up to the sky, taking a nice big breath in. Hands to your heart as you shift the weight into that right foot, left leg lifts. And then we slowly release, really good. So shake it out a little bit. We're gonna come to the top of the mat, flow our way down. So inhale here, arms are gonna reach up to the sky. You're gonna exhale, fold forward. Now inhale, lengthen the spine, big breath in. Exhale, planting into the palms, and then just drop one knee down, followed by the next, and we'll just swing the legs out. So from this position, you're gonna take the soles of the feet together. We're gonna hug the heels in nice and close, and then from this position here, we're gonna inhale. Use the hands at the ankles to just leverage a little bit and lift up. Feel your knees press wide. And then you hinge forward, and you might feel like, okay, that's enough. If you're feeling that tension, then you just stay there, and maybe it's there for you to start to walk the hands forward. But if you walk the hands forward, I want you to keep your feet really actively pulling away from each other. So the pinky side of the foot is pressing into each other, and then you're pulling the big toe mounds away from each other. Maybe inching your way a little bit deeper. Closing your eyes. Let's take one more deep, full breath of air here. Really good. And then on your next inhale, we're going to slowly roll all the way up. So now what you're going to do is take your right foot, or your left foot, I should say, first. We'll come forward a little bit, lean into your left hand. So then you're going to take your right leg, lift up, and then you're going to swing it back so that your knee goes in line with your hip. And then from here, you can come onto the left fingertips or even onto the forearm. But what you can't do or shouldn't do, you might want to, is sink into that left side. So whatever you're using, you're going to press down. And then from here, you're going to hug the ribs in. So keeping your right hand at your hip, we're going to lift that right leg up and slowly bring it down. So we're really going to build that strength and stability through the side of the hip, and breathe here. So this is going to be a small movement. It's not easy to do as you lower and lift. You're going to take two more. So don't let your mind be hard on yourself here. One more here. And then from here, you're going to drop the knee down, lift the outer edge of the heel, and then we're going to reverse that. Good. And again, drop the knee down. So this is, again, small but incredibly challenging. So we're not looking for a big range of motion here. Ooh. And what we're doing is just looking to fine tune that movement. So just like we did in those hip circles, same thing here, we're isolating that movement, right? So we're gonna do 3 more like this. 2. And 1 more. Good. Now slowly bring that knee down, push yourself all the way up, and then you're going to lift that right leg forward and ideally stack that over top of the knee. So this is a really tight position to be in. So you can have either a block underneath your knee or you can straighten your left leg. Inhale here, hands by your side. Nice big deep breath in. And then you're going to take your time as you hinge your way forward. Now, if you can come quite a bit far forward, then I encourage you to walk your hands forward. And then you're just going to, whenever you're ready, let your head be heavy here. And you just breathe. Now, can you fine tune this by flexing through both your feet and actively pushing into the pinky side of the feet? And then maybe you hinge your way a little bit deeper. Two more breaths. One more here. And then you're going to inhale and slowly roll yourself all the way up. So now from this position, what you're going to do is grab a hold of your right leg. You're going to wiggle that left foot over to your right hip and then stack your right foot, or plant, I should say, your right foot. Now inhale here, left hand's going to grab the right knee to help lift up tall, and right hand's going to come behind your back. So you're going to inhale, lift up tall. Now option here is to stay, or you could reach that left arm up and then just leverage it on the outside of your right knee. As you inhale, lift a little bit taller. As you exhale, press a little bit more, looking over your right shoulder. Again, coming back to that space of grounding down to rise up, making this a spacious twist. One more breath. And then slowly taking your time and just coming into a counter twist from here. And then slowly releasing. So now left leg is going to stay where it is. Right leg's going to come up and over into our shoelace. You can kind of wiggle your hips down. Again, invitation to have that left leg straight is still there. Arms are going to reach up towards the sky. Take a nice big breath in. And then right arm is going to swing underneath the left. Now you can grab opposite shoulders or bring the hands to touch. Now close your eyes. And as you twist tie the arms together, you're going to notice the natural rounding of your shoulders, so let them slide down your back. And then as you do that, thumbs will get a little closer to your forehead, so you try to pull them away. Still anchoring into those feet, lifting out of the waist, and then just fine-tuning it so that you can feel a balance as best you can between the left and the right. Just 3 more deep breaths. Two. And then slowly take your time, and then we'll release, and then take your hands behind your back, lean back, and then just bring the soles of the feet once again together. Interlocking the fingers around the toes, big breath in, and then exhale, just fold forward. Letting the head get heavy and just really noticing and feeling the difference that you just created. We'll take one more breath here. And then inhale, slowly rolling yourself up. So you'll walk your left foot now to the left, right leg comes a little bit further over, right arm comes down, and then you'll slide that left leg back. So your left knee comes in line with your hip. And again, don't sink into your right elbow, lift out a bit. Flex that left foot, you're gonna lift that left leg up, and then bring it back down. And again, lift that leg up. So you're trying to keep the knee facing forward. So that means it will limit the height. So again, do not worry about how high the leg is going. Focus on releasing the negativity that comes with the humbling aspect of this. Keep breathing here. We're here for 3. And for 2. And 1 more, then you're gonna hold that lift. Press into your right elbow and then draw your left knee down, outer edge of the heel up, and then rotate the opposite direction. So you're just really moving through that hip and draw it down, almost there. Again, this is exceptionally challenging. So just keep breathing through it. And we're gonna do 2 more. Really good. 1 more like this. And then slowly lower down, gently press yourself up, and then we'll go ahead and swing that left leg around. So heel's gonna come on top of the knee, you're gonna flex through both your feet, inhale, lift up tall, and then slowly take your time. If it's there for you, you inch your hands forward. And just lengthen your heart forward. Breathe deeply. One more breath. And then as you inhale, you're gonna slowly roll yourself all the way up. We're gonna wiggle that right foot over towards the left hip, planting that left foot flat. And then use your right hand to help lift up, but anchor your left hip down. And then hand behind the back. Right arm can then reach up and hook that left knee if that feels good and spacious. And then you're gonna look over that left shoulder. 2 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, slowly just twist the other way. And then slowly take your time coming to center. So now taking that left leg over towards the right, you can wiggle your hips down, and then arms are gonna reach up to the sky. That right arm's gonna swing, or I should say left arm is gonna go under the right. And then opposite shoulders is perfectly fine, or you can bring those palms to connect, shoulders down your back, and close down your eyes. Breathing here. As the elbows lift, let the shoulders soften, thumbs come away. 1 more breath. And then slowly unravel, taking your time, letting your left leg come into an easy cross-legged position, closing down your eyes, and bring your hands to your heart. Taking a moment to just notice how you feel, how your body feels, and allowing yourself to just continue to stay anchored into the breath. As you move through the rest of your day, can you do it from a place of consciously creating space? Creating space so that you can allow yourself to approach whatever you need from this relaxed and connected space. So you can be really conscious in your actions. So thank you for taking the time to do something so nourishing for your body, for your mind. I hope you feel great. Namaste. Take the best care, and I hope I'll get to see you again soon.